Rescue teams on the ground were working to reach the site where the debris was spotted, officials said. Sukhoi officials have been on an Asia-wide tour in recent months to show off their aircraft to airline firms. The Superjet, a mid-range airliner that can carry up to 100 people, is military plane maker Sukhoi's first commercial aviation plane. It was created by a joint venture majority owned by Sukhoi with Italy's Finmeccanica, and a number of other foreign and Russian firms also involved. Sukhoi aimed to sell 42 of its planes to Indonesia, which has witnessed a fast expanding aviation market to cater for a growing middle class in the world's fourth most populous nation, Reuters adds. Facebook App Store launches amid mobile revenue worries. Facebook has launched its own app store to promote mobile programs that operate using social network. The company said App Center will become a new central place to find great apps like Draw Something and other titles. Developers will have the ability to charge a fee for apps sold in the store in the near future, Facebook said. The announcement came as Facebook admitted growth in mobile use could hurt future advertising revenue. Ahead of its initial public offering, Facebook told potential investors in a statement. If users increasingly access Facebook mobile products as a substitute for access through the personal computers, and if we are unable to successfully implement monetization strategies for our mobile users, or if we incur excessive expenses in its effort, our financial performance and ability to grow revenue would be negatively affected. Start preparing. The App Center is expected to be rolled out globally in the coming weeks, said Facebook's Aaron Brady in a post on Network's developer blog. All developers should start preparing today to make sure their app is included in the launch, he wrote. However, Mr. Brady said the store was not designed to compete head-on with the likes of Apple App Store and Google Play. The App Center is designed to grow mobile apps that use Facebook, whether they are on iOS, Android, or the mobile web, he wrote. From the Mobile App Center, users can browse apps that are compatible with their device, and if a mobile app requires installation, they will be sent to download the app from App Store or Google Play. Only apps which make use of Facebook's login system Connect are eligible to be included in the store. Saverio Romeo, an industry analyst for Sullivan, said store announcement suggested an aggressive push by Facebook to become a bigger player in the mobile. ICRC suspends operations in Peshawar and Karachi. The International Committee of the Red Cross, ICRC, has suspended humanitarian activities in two of Pakistan's largest cities, Peshawar and Karachi. The move follows the killing of Khalil Dali, a British nurse working for the group. His beheaded body was found on 29 April after he was abducted 4 months ago. Humanitarian groups say they are reviewing their presence in Pakistan because of the increased attack on staff. The recent attack against ICRC compels us to completely reassess the balance between the humanitarian impact of our activities and the risk faced by our staff, said Jacques de Mayo, ICRC's head of operations for South Asia. Paul Castella, head of the ICRC delegation in Pakistan, said that in the coming weeks, the organization would announce a decision on its future presence in Pakistan. The organization has already stopped its activities in the southwestern province of Balochistan and capital Quetta, where Mr. Dale's body was found. A note found beside the body blamed the organization for failing to pay a ransom. Thursday's announcement means ICRC is not currently operating in 3 of Pakistan's 4 provinces. On Wednesday, a statement from the Pakistan Humanitarian Forum, PHF, an umbrella group of nearly 50 charities warned the recent murders and kidnapping of its international aid workers would further impede efforts to help the most vulnerable Pakistan's conflict areas. According to PHF, at least 19 aid workers had been murdered across Pakistan since 2009. More than 20 were abducted by militants and criminals. It has warned that this trend of increased targeting of humanitarian aid organizations and personnel will further impede the ability of humanitarian agencies to provide life-saving and life-enhancing support to most vulnerable population. Some groups have warned that if the increasing targeting of humanitarian agencies continues, aid workers will have no choice but to withdraw from the most risky areas that would have millions of displaced and suffering Pakistanis with virtually no one to turn to, reporters say. Pakistan relies heavily on aid organizations. Some of them, like the ICRC, have been operating in the country since 1947. Earlier this week, U.S. hostage Warren Weinstein appeared on a video posted on Islamist websites pleading with U.S. President Barack Obama to meet his captor's demands. Mr. Weinstein, 70, an aid expert living in Pakistan, was kidnapped by armed men. We'll move on the business world. Sony reports record loss amid disasters and strong yen. The Japanese electronics maker Sony has reported a record annual loss as natural disasters last year and a strong yen hurt its earnings. The firm reported a net loss of 456.7 billion yen, that means $5.7 billion, for the year to the end of March, compared with 259.6 billion yen loss last year. The company said failing demand from the developed market also affected its earnings. However, its forecast of a profit of 30 billion yen for the current financial year. But despite the company sounding upbeat, some analysts said the firm was likely to face tough times even in the year ahead. There is no respite in sight for them. Demand from the Europe has been falling and the yen continues to remain strong. Nitin Sawhney of Fitch Ratings told reporters these factors are contributing to the fall in profitability. Welcome to the world of science. James Webb Telescope's first light instrument ready to ship. One of Europe's main contributions to the James Webb Space Telescope, JWST, is built and ready to ship to the US. The mid-infrared instrument, MIRI, will gather key data as the $9 billion observatory seeks to identify the first starlight in the universe. The results of testing conducted at the Rutherford Appleton Laboratory in the UK have just been signed off, clearing MIRI to travel to America. James Webb, regarded as a successor to Hubble, is due to launch in 2018. It will carry 6.5 million primary mirror, more than double the width of Hubble's main mirror, and a shield of the size of a tennis court, a guard in its sensitive vision from the heat and strong light of our sun. The observatory has been tasked with tracking down the very first luminous objects in the cosmos, groupings of the first generation of stars to burst into life. And in sports, Amir Khan, Lamont Peterson rematch off after failed drugs test. Amir Khan's rematch with Lamont Peterson has been called off by his promoter following the American's failed drug test. Peterson tested positive for synthetic testosterone after both fighters agreed to random testing before their 19th May light welterweight bout in Las Vegas. He did nothing wrong. We have no doubt that he will be vindicated. This has upset me because I wanted to settle the score, Khan told reporters. They should at least give those world titles back to me. I am upset for the fans. The issue was referred to the Nevada State Athletic Commission, which was due to hold a meeting on Tuesday, 15th May, but Khan's promoters, Golden Boy Promotions, decided that would be too close to fight. And now, before we close today's bulletin of news analysis, let's have a recap of the main points. Kazakhs Venizelos in third bid for Greece coalition. Striking public sector workers walk out over pension. Syria unrest, Damascus suicide blast kills dozens. Indonesia searchers find bodies of Russia Chet Rakic. Facebook App Store launches amid mobile revenue worries. ICRC suspends operations in Peshawar and Karachi. And there we end today's bulletin of news analysis. Be with us in the coming weeks too. Thank you.